Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In the ever-expanding universe of reality television that dares to spotlight the raw, unscripted, and deeply emotional corners of the human experience.
TLC's 60OOLB Diaries emerges not just as another
weight loss show, but a brutal mirror to society's addiction to comfort, chaos, and survival. In this gripping new season, a fresh face emerges. Lauren, a woman whose tragic backstory, raw honesty, and desperate cry for help turn her journey into one of the most unforgettable arcs the show has ever seen. Her story begins not with a bang, but with a quiet gasp for air, a moment where existing becomes harder than dying. At nearly 900 pounds, Lauren is not just battling obesity, she's fighting abandonment, guilt, trauma, and the relentless passage of time. This isn't just a journey about shedding weight. It's about regaining the will to live. Before the cameras rolled, before the nation would come to know her as that lady on that weight show, Lauren was just a girl from Toledo, Ohio, raised on peanut butter sandwiches, TV dinners, and the occasional neglect of emotionally distant parents. She wasn't always bedridden. Once upon a time, she loved to ride bikes, dance to Beyoncé in her room, and even dreamed of becoming a nurse. But trauma has a way of rerouting destiny. At age 9, she witnessed her older brother overdose in the family bathroom. It was a horrifying memory that would imprint itself permanently into her soul. By 12, she had turned to food for solace. By 16, she dropped out of high school after being humiliated during gym class when a locker room prank left her topless and crying. Lauren says in her first interview on 60OOB Diaries, "I didn't eat to feel full. I ate to feel invisible." Chapter 2. The binge years. Lauren's 20s were a blur of fast food wrappers, late-night binges, and failed attempts at normalcy. She tried to enroll in nursing school, but a panic attack in class drove her away. She tried dating, but men online were either disgusted by her or fetishized her body in disturbing ways. She became a ghost in her own life. By 28, she stopped walking. Literally, a knee injury that went untreated became infected. The hospital couldn't perform surgery unless she lost weight. Without surgery, she couldn't walk. And without walking, her weight skyrocketed. The vicious cycle became a prison. Her mother, once her caretaker, died suddenly of a stroke. Lauren was left in the care of her elderly Aunt Darlene, a chain smoker. With 2 bad hips and 0 patience, Lauren's weight ballooned to over 890 pounds. Chapter 3. A desperate CLL. When producers from 60OOB Diaries received Lauren's application email riddled with typos, voice-to-text gibberish, and desperate pleas, they almost passed it by. But then, they saw the attached photo, a woman with a haunting stare, sunken cheeks, and oxygen tubes in her nose looked straight into the camera. In the background, stacked soda bottles, unopened mail, and a pile of soiled towels. She looked half alive. Lauren ended her email with a chilling line, "Please come before I disappear completely." Chapter 4. The first SAOT the camera crew had to reinforce the porch steps before filming. The medical transport team had to take out a section of her front door just to roll her out. Neighbors peeked from behind curtains. Kids pointed. Lauren didn't cry. She just stared blankly. Inside the house, the walls smelled of despair. Her room had no windows. A flickering TV played reruns of Judge Judy. The only light came from the blue glow of a mini fridge she kept by her bedside, stocked with ranch dressing, cupcakes, and Sprite. Dr. Nazaradin, the ever-iconic bariatric surgeon, was hesitant when the producers pitched Lauren's case. "She's in end-stage obesity," he said. "If she doesn't change immediately, she's not going to live 6 more months." Still, he agreed to meet her. Chapter 5. The trip to HOUSTO and transporting Lauren from Toledo to Houston was a logistical nightmare. A custom medical van, a 3-day road trip with a nurse and a specialized caregiver, diaper changes on the highway. At one point, the van broke down in Kentucky and Lauren panicked. "I thought maybe this was the universe telling me I'm too far gone." But she kept going. When they arrived at Dr. Now's office, she weighed in at 907 pounds. Lauren looked away from the screen. "I don't even know what that number means anymore. It's just noise." Dr. Now looked at her squarely. You're dying, Lauren. And if you don't follow my instructions, I can't help you. The episode ends with her silent nod. Chapter 6. DTOXDR, Now's program isn't easy. He cuts Lauren down to an 800-calorie, low-carb diet. She screams at her caregiver. She sobs over salad. She hallucinates cake. But then something shifts. After 2 weeks, she loses 32 pounds. She smiles for the first time in months. It's a crooked smile, but real. I didn't think I could do anything anymore, she says, but I did this. Then comes the first major test. Her Aunt Darlene calls and says she's moving out of state. No more caregiver. No more family. Lauren spirals. In one heartbreaking scene, Lauren is filmed whispering into her oxygen mask. I think God gave up on me before I did. Chapter 7. The relapse. In Episode 4, things take a dark turn. Left alone, Lauren convinces a neighbor to buy her fast food. She binges for 3 days straight. When the production crew checks in, they find her unconscious with a blood sugar of over 600. Paramedics are called. She is revived. Barely. Dr. Now is furious. You are not just hurting yourself, you are killing yourself in slow motion. Lauren cries, I just didn't want to be alone. Chapter 8. A letter to her brother in a tear-jerking confessional. Lauren writes a letter to her deceased brother, the same one she found dead as a child. Dear Marcus, you left, and I never got the chance to tell you how scared I was. I kept eating to fill the hole you left. But it's still empty. I miss you. I don't want to join you yet. Not like this. Love, your baby sister. Chapter 9. The turning point. By month 4. Lauren has lost 127 pounds. Dr. Now approves her for the first phase of bariatric surgery, a gastric sleeve. The operation is high risk, and she flatlines briefly on the table. But she survives. When she wakes up, she whispers to the nurse, Did I die? The nurse replies, No, honey, you lived. Chapter 10. Lauren 2.0 6 months after her journey began, Lauren weighs 602 pounds, a drop of over 300 pounds. She can sit up. She can walk 5 steps with assistance. Her skin is saggy, her teeth are decayed, but her eyes are brighter than ever. She starts journaling, starts singing again. Even talks to a local community college about online nursing classes. The season ends with Lauren looking directly at the camera. I'm not thin yet. I'm not even healthy yet, but I'm alive. And for the first time since I was a kid, I want to stay that way. CONCLUSIO. Lauren's story isn't tied up in a pretty bow. She didn't become a supermodel. She didn't meet the love of her life. Or run a marathon. But in a world obsessed with before and after photos, Lauren gave us something far more profound. A middle asterisk. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and please subscribe our channel.